Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to yet another epic episode of the Grounded and Fearless podcast, the podcast that is just for you. On today's episode, we have a very special one. We have Mami Lodi and Mapana superstar Terrence Mashego. Terrence, welcome to the show.
Leadership.
Yeah, I'm glad we could finally do this. I've been looking forward to put this episode together. Excited to hear you share your story with the audience. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that can take some inspiration from your journey, from where you started to where you are today.
Let me start by saying thanks for bringing me to the show.
No problem.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
I'm there.
It's a pleasure. Let me start by. Should I start by the journey then?
You can just tell us a bit about your journey, about yourself.
It's been, let's say, a long journey. It wasn't an easy journey. It was more like a difficult journey.
Yeah.
You know, in life there's ups and downs.
That's true.
But started from the humble beginnings, just like any other kid from the township.
Okay.
Yeah.
From Mamelodi.
From Mamelodi, yeah.
From Mamelodi to the world.
From moms to the world, yeah. So it was a humble beginnings, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. There's a book that I read that was written by Tukulo Kakala, also from Mamelodi. And one of his book is like 4 short stories put into one book. The second book is about some soccer player and stuff like that. And I had a conversation with him at some point. We were discussing that some people's sufferings or humble beginnings, as you say, like the struggles you face in life, they can either push you to become something great or push you to become something totally the opposite of that.
Okay.
I can say in your case, your humble beginnings led you to the character, the perseverance, the grit that you had. Saying that it wasn't an easy journey that you speak of.
Yeah, I always say in life, whatever that you go through, it's either it's a lesson or it becomes a motivation.
That's really true.
Yeah, so for me, how I started, I would say the humble beginnings, it was sort of like a motivation for me to know that I have nothing. And also, when you know that you have nothing, then it means you have nothing to lose.
That's very true.
Yeah, so I had to push myself to the limit because I knew that I have nothing to lose. Instead, I have everything to gain.
That is very true.
Yeah.
And would you say that's what also pushed you? Because it's not easy, like you say, becoming a professional soccer player. Trust me, I tried playing, not soccer, but like rugby, in the context of rugby. Like being professional and all those things, it takes a lot of hard work. What would you say kept you going in the beginning to actually get to where you are today, playing for a professional team like Mamelodi Sundowns and even wearing national colors?
Yeah, for me, football, it was a talent. I would say, like, it was a gift that I got from God.
Very true.
And then when I started playing football, it was just for fun. Like, I was playing for fun.
Yeah.
In the township, there's nothing that you can do. It's only football.
That's true.
Yeah, so when I started, it was just for fun. Then it reached a point where I started to realize that, I feel like this thing can take me somewhere.
That's true.
You understand?
Mm.
Yeah, because after my matric, that's when I decided, no man, let me focus more on football, because at that time I was still playing in the lower divisions. I was playing the SAB league, but I said, no man, I think if I can push, then maybe I might get somewhere. Luckily, when we were playing the regional squad, that's where I met Coach Bushi.
Okay.
And they offered me a scholarship. So it was a bit of an advantage on my side because I had an opportunity to go to school and also play football. Yeah, then I would say going to TET, it was an eye-opener because TET, it was a different world, like it was a different institution whereby they focus more, I would say, into sports, or they've invested into sports. Yeah, so they have nice facilities, they have everything. So that's where I saw like, no man, this thing of becoming a professional, it's possible.
Yeah.
Because of the environment, So now I started thinking different. Unlike when I was still in the township, because when I was still in the township, when you think about pro level, like it's a bit
far-fetched.
Yeah. So now when I was at TET, I felt that okay, now it's close because of the training, because of the facility and everything. So that's when this dream I think that's where it actually started.
I see. So was there any doubts in your journey where you were thinking maybe this is not for me? Because I understand. I mean, I'm black, and my family, you tell them you want to be a soccer player, they're like, go to school, get a degree or whatnot. But in your journey, was there points in life where you like maybe it's not for me?
No, there were doubts actually when I was still in the township. Like I remember, because my dream was to play in a development. So I played for Acadia Shepherd, which was a development, but obviously I was hoping to play for Kaizer Chiefs, your Super Sport, your Sundowns, all of the Paris developments. Yeah, because when you're there, obviously you could feel that we are closer to going to PSL. But at that time, then I felt, I don't get an opportunity to play for a development because I've done trials. There were 2 trials that I've done, and I was selected, but nothing happened at the end. So I felt like maybe I should focus more, because I like football. But and also when I went to Mthatha, after TET, because I went to Mthatha, there was a period in my life where my first season I wasn't playing.
Okay.
Like the 30 games of the season.
Sure.
My first season I didn't play.
Yeah.
So I think there was a point whereby I was questioning my decision. I was like, I can say the right choice or what. So it was difficult, but luckily I had Ponso, who's my agent. Yeah, he was more like a brother. I remember at the time, like, he would call me each and every day. He would tell me, no, don't worry,
the time will come.
Yeah, and stuff. Yeah, and also the late Ian Palmer, the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, when you're not playing and then you have a coach who believes in you, he'll come and say to you, no, don't worry, we'll still grooming you, I understand? Because when I went to the NFT, I was still young, because I was like, I think I was 18.
Okay.
And NFT, it's difficult because it's a promotional league.
So everyone, the competition is tough.
It's tough, and also they prefer more senior players than the youngsters. So the coach will tell me, no, we want you to develop, we want you to get used to the league. Understand? So once you have developed, once we could see that, okay, now you are ready to compete, then you'll play. Then I think that kept me going, in as much as it was difficult, because it's not easy to accept that you're not playing.
That is true.
Yeah, especially at that age, because when you're young, you want to play football.
Yeah, and you said you enjoyed it, so it's like, I want to do something that I'm
having
fun of doing.
And then it's like anything, if you're a broadcaster or something, if you're not broadcasting, like, obviously you feel demotivated or something. Yeah.
Okay, I see. And then being put on the sidelines and also looking at it now in your professional career, injuries, all those things. How does one bounce back from that? Like, how did you find the mental strength to be like, I'm out, when you get that chance?
Injuries, I didn't even think of it. Yeah, it was difficult, I don't want to lie. Especially because I've suffered 2 big injuries in one season, in a space of like 12 months.
Sure.
Because the first injury, it was a knee, it was a meniscus, so it was a knee injury. Then I was out for 4 months, I think. Then the second injury was a groin, which was a long-term one, because I was out for 8 months. So it's not easy, because especially with my first injury, because it was my first injury. It was the first time doing an operation. So after the op, like, it was difficult, especially mentally, because I was asking myself, am I going to be able to play again? Will I be the same player? Understand?
The fear started.
And also, like, after when you got injured, then you go through the healing process, and then there's what do you call this thing? It's not regen. It's strengthening. When you do your strengthening,
conditioning.
So, your conditioning, Then immediately after that, now you need to go and play again. So you see, when you go and play, like, there's fear. There's fear. So now you're thinking, well, if you cannot contact them,
you start doubting how you play.
So like, it's difficult. So you need to deal with that fear, and so mentally it's challenging. But at least with my second injury, in as much as it was I was out for 8 months, but because I had an injury before, so I was able to deal with it.
Okay, I see. And then playing professional football, especially in South Africa, and for big teams like Sundowns, there's a lot of pressure on the players. I know I'm a supporter and I love football, and I'm very passionate being on the sidelines. So I can only imagine the pressure of the players on the pitch when the results don't go their way, or you make a mistake, you slip. You're a defender. If you make a mistake, you can see the goal potential. How do you deal with that pressure, like with your professional capacity? Because every job has pressure. The lawyers have pressure, the doctors have pressure when they do surgeries. How is the mental side of it for being a football player?
Yeah, I think playing for Sundowns, that's a pressure in its own.
Yeah, it's a big team.
Because of the fan base, you understand, and also the history. Yeah. So, and also at Sundowns, like each and every game is like a cup final.
Yeah, so winning mentality right there.
Yeah. So like the culture there, it's different. So there's there's a lot of pressure. But I think as a footballer, at the moment you need to understand that the moment you are signed at Sundowns, it means you've matured, like you've reached a specific level. Like there's a specific level that you've reached. Hence you are there at Sundowns.
Makes sense.
Yeah, understand. So like you need to be able to deal with pressure, because obviously the pressure is there. Like each and every day, like there's pressure. When you go into a game, there's pressure, but you need to know how to control that thing. Because for me, like I try not to think too much. I understand, especially when I'm going to a game. I don't want to stress about the game. I don't want to stress about the opponent. I don't want to stress about the fans or whatever that happening. Whatever that I have to stress about is football.
Yeah,
like
you zone out of everything else and focus on one thing.
I think that's how I deal with pressure. Otherwise, like I know at Sundowns there's a lot of pressure, but one thing about football, I don't know if it's a science or it's a spiritual thing about football, is that the moment you are inside the field, like it seems like nothing exists. Understand? Like it's you and that long thing. Nothing exists.
Nothing else exists.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with you. Like I say football is a special kind of sport. Because I like sport. Those who know me, I played cricket, rugby. I was also an athlete. Don't let this go to football. Coach. So I was also an athlete. But I also played soccer. Also back in West when I was growing up. But I came to the conclusion that, like you said, football is a special sport. Once you're in the field, it's different. If you see that feeling you got when you were in the field, I never got that, because football is a sport with talent. You can work as hard as you want. If you don't have the talent,
it's difficult. The thing is, football is so special. You know, one thing I always say, like football is so special, because I know at rugby, like it's more physical. At rugby, you using your hands. Tennis, you use your hands. Like netball, you use your hands. I understand. But football, you need to use your legs. So it's difficult. I don't want to lie. Like imagine, like now you're in a space whereby there's like 22 players.
True.
I understand. So mentally it's challenging, physically it's challenging, and then you need to think. I always say there's a science behind a pass in football.
That's true. You have to calculate the weight.
You need to calculate the weight, the direction. You need to check. Also, you need to think.
Who you passing? How fast is he? How slow?
To say the moment he received the ball, understand? Is he free? Where, like your next step after giving the pass? So like there's a lot that is happening. Hence I'm saying football is a special sport.
It is. Rugby, you can always get stronger, get faster, and potentially be a better player.
You just need to be physically strong.
Well, I mean, I understand to play football you have to have some level of intelligence, and I believe you have that. I heard through the grapevines that you were also in top 10 at some point. You were mentioning that you were thinking of pursuing just academics when you were like not playing as much.
I think it's about surviving. Like my life has been about surviving. I always wanted to survive. So I saw, either maybe school or football. So I just wanted to survive.
Here's a question. If you say either football or school, well, now we know for sure you went into football. In an alternative universe or in another world, and had you gone academic route, where do you think you'd have gone in terms of academics?
Probably maybe becoming a doctor. I would have been a doctor, surely. Somewhere. But the thing is, once I think if there's one thing that I appreciate about school or about education, is that, you know, then I started to realize, in terms of the level of education that I was likely to have, is that sometimes I was not too far, but farther than my peers or the football.
Yeah.
There were some things that I scale, and then it was easy for me to apply them on my life and also in football. Like there are things like discipline, I understand. I know it's not a major thing, but
it's important.
Like education or school teach you discipline, I understand. And then that thing I was able to apply it go football, to be disciplined, to know when to do things and something like that. So I think that's one thing that I appreciate about education, and also things like your investment, I understand. Some of those things that I was able to learn those things for scale. And then also to think about like after my career in football, those things commonly in our school to say, okay,
planning ahead.
Yeah, this is what you can do and what. So I think that's one thing that I appreciate.
That's very true. So being a professional footballer, like you're saying, you have to think ahead. And I mean, playing you don't know which game is your last game every time it's an field.
Yeah.
And then would you say speaking of investments and like planning ahead, do you have any arrangements for that, like any future investments? Do you guys do, what do you call this thing?
Like a masterclass.
Yeah, not necessarily that, but like that insurance, like where you can insure your body. You know, there's like models who insure their hand or their face. Trevor Noah, I think, has insurance for his voice or something.
Yeah. No, I think it's about consulting, because I have a financial advisor.
Okay.
Yeah, so if there's one thing that lady has helped me, it was that she was able, like we were able to sit in an event and discuss, okay, this is the situation, I understand. And then, she works for Liberty. And I told her, no, I will propose an investment then, but the thing is now, I won't play football until I'm 50 or 60, I understand.
Yeah.
So we need to try and come up with something that will accommodate me, you understand. Then luckily we were able to sit, and then she told me, you know what, you can insure your legs. So I didn't know about it. Then she told me there's a lifestyle protector, so it's called a lifestyle protector, whereby they insure your legs. If something happens to my leg, maybe let's say Gausan, and then I'm not able to play football again, then there's a certain money that I'll get.
That's true.
Yeah. So I was lucky to do that.
Yeah, I think it's something similar that I also learned recently. It's income protection from my side.
Yeah.
Where, because I'm a vet, so I work with animals, I work with cows. If I get kicked by a horse and I'm paralyzed, I need something to cover me for that. So it's something similar where, should there be a dog, like I almost got bitten by a dog today. 45 kilogram bulldog. My fingers touched the dog's teeth. Luckily I pulled out in time. But it's that thing of, should that dog got in my hands, it can lose me or something.
But actually something, I think there's something else. If let's say like now to Okalu and then Kaluma Ginjara.
It depends. Yeah, you can. But like depending if like the dog's on the leash, there's always things you can do. But for me it's difficult because the dog is a patient that came in to consult, so it's like
there's a lot of things happening. I think there was a guy who told me that like his dog has not insurance. Is it insurance?
No, there's also
like what police?
Yeah, like pet insurance and whatnot.
Yeah, then I was shocked. Like
so there's insurance. Yeah, these days you have to be sure because funny enough, a lot of people they insure all the things that are available to them. Like you say, your legs is how you make your bread and butter, how you feed your family. And other people, their dogs is also part of that family. So it's like that. Going back to being a professional player, professional player, what habits or daily things do you practice that keep you in shape, keep your best performance, and just on a daily basis, things that you do routinely to help you stay focused and be your best?
Maybe I must start a YouTube channel and say, in a life of Terrence Mashego.
To train it with me.
No, I would say it's a nice schedule because normally I'll wake up in the morning around 6, so then I'll leave the house around 8:30 because we need to report at 9. Then when we report at 9, there's like breakfast. Then after that, there's activation. So activation is where if you're struggling with like someone like me who had injuries, you need to activate everything.
I see.
I understand. If maybe you want to improve on something like your core whatever it is. Yeah,
that's the time for that.
Yeah, that's the time for that. So we'll go for activation. Then immediately after activation, there's a meeting where we do like the video analysis of the opponent, understand, and also we'll discuss the training session where we progress on today. Then after that, it's a main session. Then after the main session, then there's recovery where you do your ice bath, massage, whatever that you want to do, you understand, just to recover. And then you'll have your lunch, and then you're done for the day. Then it depends also with an individual. Like for someone like myself, when I come back home, I'll try and rest. But because I don't have anything, so I need to make sure I get and stuff, and then do a lot of things. And maybe later in the evening, if I feel like I'm not that tired, then I'll be able to go to the gym and do an extra work. Understand? Yeah, and also it's different because at Cape Town City, our schedule wasn't that tight. Understand, compared to Sundowns. At Sundowns, we have we play a game after each and every 2 days. Yeah. So there's no time to do I would say an extra work.
I see. So you have to take off your body and recover for the next.
Yeah, you need to recover more because they encourage recovery more than training. So a lot of work we do it during pre-season. Because the moment you put in an extra work, it might affect you during the game or something, or also that you end up having the muscle injuries, because we try to avoid the muscle injuries and also burnout, because most body shut down. So we try and balance that thing.
That's good. It's good that you're saying this, because these days there's a lot of hustle culture and work hard things that are going around social media. When you go to work, you must be the most hardworking person. But like you say, you need to have a balance. You need to find a balance between coming home, recovery, work-life balance, play with your kid, and spend time with the family.
Yeah, no, you need to work smart. I think even yesterday I had a meeting with my agent, and then he told me that he actually introduced me to this guy. He's a nutritionist. So that guy was telling me about the meal plans and everything, because also nutrition is important in terms of recovery. I don't know. I'm gonna shop So now you need to understand these things. There's a time you and then there's a time you stuff, and then there's certain food and also certain vitamins that you need to take. Understand? For your body to recover quick. So those things. I think those things are important. Hence, I'm saying you need to work smart. In as much as you work hard, but also you need to be smart.
I see. That's very, very true that you say. I hope the guys are listening and they're taking notes wherever they are. And then I also ask my favorite question I like asking guests on the show is, what does grounded and fearless mean to you as a man, as a professional soccer player, as a father? Because when you hear the words grounded and fearless, what meaning do you attribute to those words?
Grounded and fearless. What does it mean to me? As a athlete and also as a father.
Or you as Terrence Mashego.
Or me as Terrence Mashego. Now I would say grounded and fearless for me, it means when someone is grounded, it means that you're able to humble yourself and accept whatever situation that you're in at that particular time. Like how I started, I was able to accept that, I have nothing, this is me. And for me to reach whatever level that I want to reach, this is what I need to do. So I was able to humble myself and accept the situation that I was in. And then being fearless, it's you taking that step to say, that action, to say, no, this is what I must do. For me at that time, to show that I was fearless, I was able to go to training, understand, and put in extra effort. So it shows that I was fearless at that time. I think that's the easiest way.
It's very powerful. It's very powerful what she's saying, and I resonate with that a lot. Thank you very much. So now we're gonna play a little game called Would You Rather. I'm gonna ask you 3 Would You Rather questions, and then you're gonna tell us which one you go with, just to see what the kind of person that you are. I'm joking. So the first question is, would you rather score a last-minute winning goal in a heated derby or assist in a cup final?
That's a difficult one.
Like it's 10s now.
Yeah.
8-9 outside the box, volley, top corner. Or a assist.
You know, like somehow for now, an assist it feels like a goal.
Yeah.
Because even with how I would say normally after a season I would analyze my season to say if like I had a good season or a bad season, and then how I measure my season is based on the assist, the number of assists. You understand? To say okay, if I get assist, yes, so I would say I would choose an assist.
Choose an assist.
Yeah, especially in Cape final because look at the Cape.
Yeah, nah, go. Top corner.
Yeah, but that year, Calorina League, it's like Cape.
I see.
Yeah.
Alright. So would you rather only eat Chichizawa Stadium for like a year or have a vuvuzela as your alarm every day? Like Chichizawa Stadium with Rashi, whatever Chichizawa Stadium would just say.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's I'm gonna use the studio.
Vuvuzela alarm.
Get that boat.
Okay, last one. Would you rather have dinner with Trevor Noah or a personal concert with Gabs the Small?
Gabs.
Gabs are one way.
Gabs are one way.
Trevor Noah, the jokes he.
Trevor the more.
Okay. Any final words for the young players out there, for the youth, of that you want to share as you leave us?
Yeah, no. I normally say, whatever it is that you want in life, as long as you put your mindset to it, then you put an effort to it, it's possible.
Very true.
Whatever it is, that's how I believe. Or if you want to reach whatever level that you want to reach, or whatever, if you want to be a lawyer or a doctor or an athlete, if you put your mindset to it and then you put an effort, eventually you'll get it.
Very true. Terrence, thank you so much for coming to the show.
Man.
I think it was a very impactful one and very influential. I think anyone watching this will take a lot of value from this episode. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Leadership.
See you on the next one.